Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. You guys, there's so much to cover and I know there's a volume issue with the volume going up and down. I'm working on it and I apologize. Just stick in there with me. So to start with, you should know that Meghan Markle's attorney has put out a list of demands, things that she wants done, and she wants them done like in the next 14 days, including giving her like $750,000 for her attorney's fees. She's asking for a retraction to be printed like on the first 4 pages of the newspaper. She wants it in the same font. She wants it as big as the other one. She wants it in the Mail Online for 6 months with a hyperlink to the judge's decision. I mean, after all, it is free publicity for her. But of course, the Mail on Sunday appealed, and Judge Warby, the same judge who gave her the summary judgment in the first place, denied the appeal. So thank God the Mail on Sunday is now appealing to the Court of Appeals. You know, I did a story yesterday on how Meghan Markle now is being accused of bullying the staff, which is why she lost so many people. But how many of you remember this? You guys have all seen the headlines. We're not stupid. Where there's smoke, there's fire. We all knew something was going on. Now, the Times, from what I understand, is supposed to be the serious paper of the UK. And they don't just nilly-willy print stuff. Supposedly, the complaint went to somebody named Simon Case, who was William's then private secretary, and Samantha Carruthers, who was the head of HR. But the bullying went on and on and on, and apparently it was not an isolated case. According to the newspaper article, there are details of dates, names, quotes, how Buckingham Palace tried to fix the issue. They tried to tell Meghan she needed to respect the staff, which I find, and the paper found, very odd from somebody trying to tell everybody else about basic manners. Harry supposedly said it was due to a cultural clash, but let me tell you something. I'm American. We know how to behave. We know what's rude and what's not. And if she was being rude, she was doing it intentionally. Now, apparently, this pattern of bullying seems to have been an issue even when she was a child. Old classmates have stated she was a bully. We know that she bullied her dad, and we've seen how she's treated her family. There was a rumor about her hazing in college and using super glue and super gluing some girls' eyes shut. I did a video on that in December if you want to go back and look at that. And so people are not going to be happy until they hear from the Palace 4. Who can forget the stories about Meghan bullying Kate's staff and Kate taking her aside and saying, "You don't talk to my staff that way"? But that's unacceptable. Who remembers the story of Meghan making Kate cry at the dress fitting for Charlotte? Who remembers hearing the stories about the tea being thrown in Australia? Now, there is some talk that back when she lived in Canada, she was rude when she was on photo shoots, unless, of course, you were a photographer that she needed. And she was a bit of a diva, and she never tipped. Now, not tipping doesn't mean you're rude. It just means you're an asshole. And did request, or she did say to the newspaper, "I'm willing to drop this portion of my claim if you'll go ahead and give me a monetary, whatever." But keep in mind that if the copyright claim is dropped, then Knopf would not have to testify. There's proof of all of this. There's an email, and we've all heard the stories of the staff leaving within months. Kensington Palace did not try to deny it, and Buckingham Palace, I think, tried to deal with it. They tried to cover it up, and it completely failed. And now the shit's going to hit the fan. And just to throw this little extra bit of information in there, supposedly William is aware of all of this, and that is why their relationship is strained. It's not just Meghan. It's what went on with Meghan's behavior as well. And of course, what complaint about Meghan would be complete without Omid Scobie throwing in his 2 cents? And maybe it's just me, but did you notice that right off the bat, he tried to make it about color, not her character? And that's the problem. Everybody's trying to turn this into a racial thing. It's not a racial thing. Nobody cares what color this woman is. They do care that she's a narcissist, she's manipulative, she's preyed on Harry's mental illness, and that's how she's climbing the ladder, and now she's known as a bully. Guys, we've all seen this diva behavior before. I'm so special, clear the stands. Buckingham Palace then responded to the bullying complaint that apparently was done by her advisors when she was a working royal. The palace is going to do an investigation, and the HR team is going to look into the circumstances that were outlined in the article. And members of the staff who were involved, even the ones who have gone, will be able to participate to tell what's been going on. And I think that's the big thing. They just want to be heard. And they said that this is going to be an examination of the allegations and an opportunity for those to participate. Obviously, Meghan and Harry are not going to be part of the initial inquiry. So this complaint from 2018 was essentially submitted in order to try to protect palace staffers who were being treated really badly. And as I told you guys before, Knopf sent this email to Simon Case, who was Prince William's private secretary at the time. And in his email, Knopf said that Carruthers completely agreed with him on all the counts that the situation was very serious. And he said, and I remain concerned that nothing will be done. You know, Buckingham Palace, when they put out this royal communication, it really struck me. I think the Queen knew there was an issue, but I think she did not know to the extent of what it was. I can only hope that when they're done with their investigation, Buckingham Palace will publish what they have found. They will publish every instance of an issue so the whole public will know what went on. Next up, I want to update on this person who has been in touch with Harry and Meghan previously. She said some really nasty things, and when Harry and Meghan, when it was brought to their attention, their comment was no comment. So they refused to contact this woman again, tell her to stop it, or anything like that. So when I posted, somebody else informed me that this was very old and I was posting old stuff. So I've zoomed in for you so that you can see it for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. You see the date there? March 1st. This is a new comment. And once again, even though Omid, Harry, and Meghan know how to contact this woman, and they're going on and on about be nice online and online this, and it's a safe place, they could easily put a stop to this, but they won't. And as crazy as this sounds, I honestly believe that they won't, because on some level they enjoy this kind of attention and anger that's directed at others. So let's catch up on a couple of other things. First of all, I told you guys in a previous video that nobody has seen Doria or heard from Doria in quite some time. Well, there's Doria. You can see her in the back seat of the car. And I think Archie was probably with them, but probably below eye level, because I think Doria's been taking care of the baby since the nanny left. And somebody on Twitter made the comment, where's Archie? And then I saw this and I just had to laugh. And again, one of my followers said, where's Archie? And another follower said, oh, Archie's beyond his years. He's at home making waffles for mom, dad, and grandma after a hard day's work. Then these pictures popped up, where they all look very grim in the car. And these were probably taken after the Times contacted them and told them they were running the story about how it's come out that Meghan was such a bully at work. But this is what I find interesting. These are, I think, staged paparazzi photos, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, if you notice, this picture was taken from directly in front of the car. Like, Harry was probably doing 60 miles an hour. I don't think somebody's going to stand right in front of the car. And secondly, if you look at this picture in the rear view mirror that's facing us, you'll see that there's nobody on the road. The road is completely empty. There's no paparazzi. There's nobody. And what do you think that photog did? Stood in front of a speeding car and then suddenly stepped to the side and managed to get this photo? I mean, this is a total setup. But now we know why they look so unhappy. I also want to send out my best wishes again to Phillip for a speedy recovery. Apparently, he underwent some sort of heart procedure earlier today. Bless him. I hope you get better soon. All right, next update. You guys are phenomenal. And you have donated $300 to my coffee fund. And every penny is going to the animal shelter, as you all requested. Now, somebody else on here asked me to please let them know what animal shelter I adopted Finn from, and I explained that I wasn't going to do that because that would let you know what town I'm in, what state I'm in. I have to remain anonymous, and anonymous it will be. But I will see if I can show you a proof of payment after it's done. Now, as one of my lovely followers reported, I thought this was very prophetic. She pointed out that they haven't lost anything that they've earned themselves. Frankly, I'm not sure what they lost that they really cared about anyway. And FYI, I think Megan is trying to emulate somebody else who pulled somebody away from the royal family, don't you? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an update on Finn. And hang on to yourselves, because this is some of the cutest stuff you will ever see. Here we go.
What are you doing? What are you doing with the leaves? What are you doing with the leaves? What are you doing? Oh, the hand's coming. With the hand's coming, does that mean you're not going to run away from me? The hand's coming. The hand's coming. And... Nope, no rollover this time. You're going to... What's he doing? Oh, he did roll over. He rolled over. You guys, I could just cry. Hi, Finn. Show him how cute you are. Oh, such a good boy. Come on, let's finish our walk. Come on, let's go. What are you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Learning how to play. Oh my God.
So I would love to hear all of your comments. There's so much to cover. Give me your thoughts. What do you think about the bullying claims? And of course, we've all heard about all of them, but what do you guys think about this coming out right before the Oprah thing? I'm almost thinking it might have been better to come out afterwards, but whatever, as long as it's out. Leave your thoughts and suggestions and comments below. Don't forget to email me, SueSmith1112 at Yahoo. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget about that coffee fund. And as always, have a great day.